Hi everyone, David MacDonald here from Fitness Calgary. Today we're going to talk to you a little bit about working out and how often you should work out and lift weights. So that's really going to depend on the person. It's something that a lot of our members here at the gym ask us, how often should I be working out? How often should I be lifting weights? Again, it really depends on the person, depends on your goals, depends how long you've been training for, whether you're a beginner, you're more advanced, you're more of an intermediate trainee. So there's a lot of variables at play. There's a lot of factors to consider here. Okay, what we'll do today in this video is we'll give you a general guideline and general rule of thumb, and we'll assume that you're starting out and you're new to fitness. So in terms of working out, if I was to start you off, you're a brand new client, I would recommend to start training 3 days a week, and we would have you do weight training 3 days a week. Okay, so we would split the workout up, probably have a day or two in between of rest. We would do maybe a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday to give your body some time to recover. Okay, so you want to start off with 3 days a week of weight training, okay, for a good frequency. Okay, as you get more accustomed to that frequency and as your body adapts and it gets stronger, okay, and you're able to have less recovery time from the workouts, we would look at adding in more frequency. Okay, the big thing you don't want to do is you don't want to go too hard too soon. Okay, you don't want to ramp your frequency up and then get injured or get sick or fatigue or get demotivated from your training. All of those things can happen if you go too hard too soon and you ramp up too quickly. Okay, so you got to start slowly and you got to build on the progress that you make. So start with 3 days a week of weight training. As you get used to that and as you get accustomed to that, you can get used to adding in more activity on top of that. So we can add in maybe another day of weight training. Maybe we can start blending in some cardio, some intervals, maybe some long, slow cardio like walking or biking or something like that. Okay, so you want to start off 3 days a week. And that also goes with lifting weights. Okay, how often should you lift weights? Again, it really depends on the person. As a general rule of thumb, for the average individual starting out who's new to exercise, I would recommend 3 days a week to start. Okay, 3 days of weight training, have about a day or two in between of rest, and start with a low volume program, okay, a full body program where you're doing maybe one exercise per muscle group. Okay, you're always better off starting with a lower volume program where you're doing one exercise per muscle group to give your body sufficient time to recover and adapt to the training that you're doing. Okay, as you get more advanced, you can start weight training 4, 5, even up to 6 days a week, depending on how you structure your program. If you're going to be going 4 or 5 days a week, then you're going to be focusing more on body part-based training. Okay, so if you're doing full body workouts 5 days a week, that can be a lot to recover from. So you're better off doing what are called training splits, where you're grouping your body parts. Maybe you're doing upper body, lower body. Maybe you're doing specific muscle groups on a certain day, and that way you can increase your frequency to 4, 5, 6 days a week. Okay. The other thing to consider is it's going to depend on your rate of recovery and how well you recover and how well you adapt to exercise. It's very dependent on the person. It's dependent on age. It's dependent on training history. It's dependent on genetics. It's dependent on how much sleep you get, how well you fuel your body, how well you eat. All of those things play into recovery, and all of those things play into how often you can work out and how often you can lift weights. Okay, but as a general rule of thumb, start with 3 days a week of working out, 3 days a week of weight training, and then build on that. Okay, do that for maybe 4 or 5 weeks, and then see how you're feeling, and then maybe you can look at adding in a cardio session or another weight training session. Okay, it's really going to depend on the person though, and it's always best to have someone there to monitor your progress and monitor how you feel from your workouts. Okay, trying to guess and make that decision on your own can be challenging if you don't know your body well and if you don't have a lot of knowledge or expertise in this field. Okay, so again, start out. How often should I work out and lift weights? Start with 3 days a week, full body workouts, low volume, doing one exercise per muscle group, having 1 to 2 days in between of rest. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.